Hey everybody, it's Mr. Buro from Staten Tech, and today I'm going to be doing a demo on the array command in Revit. I'm going to use this file, which I've been using a while. It's a house file, but I've been adding little pieces here and there to help me with the particular commands. The button that we're looking for is a single button in the program, which has many features to it. This is the array command. And to do this demonstration, I've created this little area here with a curved wall and a couple of flat walls, a floor, a table, a chair, and a desk. I'm going to go into the level 1 view over here, and let me turn the floors off in that particular view. And first we will investigate doing an array with these windows over here. So I'm going to select the group and make sure it's not grouped, okay, because I want to show you that these are actually individual windows that are butted up against each other. I'm going to use the selector and pick both of them, and then the array command. There are two different arrays that you can have over here. It's the radial array and the linear array. I'm going to leave it on the linear array because I'm working with these windows and I'm going to stretch them across this wall. And the first thing it asks me to do, as you can see, is to click to enter a move start point. So where am I basing this array from? Well, I have to think about that first, because when you're making the next set of windows, whether you're going to have a bunch of them or just one more set, you want to pick if you're making the last set or the second set in the array. And here you'll control the number of items that there are. So what I'm going to do for my base point, I'm going to select this back end point, because my intention is to select the position of the second item. And I could place that over here, and you can see the measurement is measuring exactly from that point. I'll make it like right there. And then as you can see, there are two windows by default, and they are grouped and associated. I'm going to increase this number to 5 sets. So as you can see, it made the 5 set. And then I'll just click away. So because they're grouped and associated, all of these windows do still appear in the array, and they can be modified on the fly. And if I click and drag one of them, the entire set is adjusted. So I can make them very tight to each other, like that. Or I could spread them out the way I was before. You should be able to click and drag any of the sets. Yes. Take a look at them in 3D. There you can see them. And again, they're grouped. If I wanted to edit a single one of them, I could just click on the set and pick ungroup. And now no longer part of the array. I could go ahead and move them and redimension them or anything like that. I'm going to undo that. So now they're part of the group again. Go back over here. And I'm actually going to delete the items and ungroup this item. And now I'm going to remake this array. Select. And this time I'll leave group and associated picked, but for my first point, I'm going to pick to measure from the end of the window, because my intention is to create 6 sets of them, and I'm going to place the last one. And I'm going to go right to the end of my wall over here. And as you can see, it fits 6 sets of the windows right in there. Let's go take a look at that in 3D. You saw me before adjusting their location and everything. I'm going to click into this particular view, and now I'm going to click this window on the end, and I'm going to move it up. And as you can see, it actually adjusts all of the windows to kind of be in that particular pattern, because it's an array. It's a very powerful tool to make copies that are set a very specific amount of space from each other in a way where you can have a lot of control over a lot of stuff. That was with Windows in a linear fashion. Let's go into the view again. And this time I'll pick this window, and I'd like to spread this window along this particular arc. But as I pick the radial array, you'll see that it asks me for a point to kind of go around. I don't want to go around this particular point, so I need to place the center of rotation somewhere else. And what I'm looking for here is this particular point. This is the center mark. So I could pick this point, and then I could make the second array item from here, place it there. And I can make them, but they're not really evenly spread with each other. So I'm going to pre-plan this a little bit more before doing the array. First, I'll make a reference plane down the center here. I'll actually stop it at the center mark. I'll make another reference plane that goes from here through the center of the window. And then I'll take that reference plane and I'll mirror it over there. I'm going to use that to make my array. So now I'm going to click the window again, pick array, make sure it's on radial. I'm going to create the last window's location, replace the center there, place my point of reference to be the middle of that window, and then finally my point of reference over here to be its exact position at that particular area. So there's 3 windows in the array right now, but I could even boost that up to 12 and have them spaced very, very, very nicely. It's a little bit too tightly packed, but they are spaced perfectly around that particular area, as you can see. I'm going to go ahead and modify that from 12 to, let's say, 8, and that's a little bit better. It's a really nice particular view. I'll leave that like that. One more window array I would like to do, this one here. Let's go to that 2D view again. That window is a little low, so I have to modify its location. Let me go up. Just going to shift it upward until it appears on the 2D location. That looks good. Okay, so I'm going to make a rectangular array with this window, or a linear array, which is the same thing. I'll pick the last window, so I'm going to place the last one over here somewhere. I'm just going to make 4 of them, and I'll base it from here to there. That looks pretty good. I'll leave that the way it is. Let me go now to 3D just to see what they look like. And I'm going to go to a flat view from here. From this view, I'm going to bring this entire set downward. And then I'm going to pick linear array again. Pick the bottom. This time I'll be arranging from the second and have 3 rows. I'll place the second one right there. So I made 3 sets of windows. Looks a little weird, but I kind of like the way it came out. You can see it's very, very powerful in what you can do. Let's go now with this chair. I'll try to do this one in 3D. Just going to click on the chair, pick radial, place the center of the array at the center points of this particular table, which doesn't seem clickable, so maybe I'll escape out of this and do it in 2D. Let's do that again. Yeah. Here. And I'll go from the location of the chair. This time I'll change it to last, and I want to put 8 chairs around this table. There we are. Now in 3D I could see that there are all 8 chairs around the table. And that could be modified, of course. And now this desk, I'll do a linear array with this and then do another one. So for the desk, I'm simply going to quickly change this to linear. I'll have 6 desks, and I want to go from the last one again. This time I'm not going to group them. We'll do that again. Eight sets from the second one. There. So very, very quickly I've created many, many, many evenly spaced items. These desks as they appear inside the room. All using the array command. So the array command is not restricted to windows. It's not restricted to walls. It's not restricted to components. Anything that would make sense to be able to be repeated, you can do. Even strange things with walls. Just to show you really quick, I'm gonna select almost all of these walls here, pick a linear array, and I'm gonna copy from the second piece, but make 4 sets of them. And the base point is gonna be kind of aligned with this particular piece here. That should work. And with that, I could place there. And as you can see, the walls intuitively attach themselves to each other to a seamless connection. See how it's nice and flat? And these are not associated with each other because I did not make them that way. I could go ahead and modify them as they appear very easily throughout this design. So it's a powerful tool that I suggest you make use of when you're working in large-scale projects. And remember, the associated part of an array is either useful or not useful. I think it's very useful when you're doing stuff like this, like the windows and the doors and the items like around a table. Sometimes for the walls, though, you wouldn't want to make them associated because you're going to want to edit these walls individually afterwards. Thank you very much.